Good afternoon. My name is Juliana Gonzalez, and today I will be speaking in behalf of the division management team to find a solution to one of the problems the organization is facing today: how to manage overtime to avoid employee burnout. The issues are high for the organization that employees working long hours without adequate rest and recovery can lead to physical and mental issues. Good afternoon. My name is Juliana Gonzalez, and today I will be speaking in behalf of the division management team to find a solution to one of the problems the organization is facing today: how to manage overtime to avoid employees' burnout. The issues are high for the organization that employees working long hours without adequate rest and recovery can lead to physical and mental issues. The background of overtime is a problematic and excessive and without a consideration for employees. The World Health Organization, the International Labor Organization, explains that long working hours increase death from heart disease and stroke. We need to reduce the overtime and find a supportive system to these problems so employees are happy and supported. The background of the overtime. The framework of overtime is a problem when excessive and without consideration for employees. World Health Organization and International Labor Organization explains that long working hours increase death from heart disease and stroke. We need to reduce the overtime and find a supportive system to these problems so employees are supported by the company, are taken care of, and stop the burnout. My background, as we know, the experiences overtime is problematic when excessive and without consideration for employees. The World Health Organization and the International Labor Organization explains their laws and policies that long working hours increase death from heart disease and stroke. We need to reduce the overtime and find a supportive system to these problems to support the employees not to have a burnout and by working overtime. As we know, overtime creates health risk, a big stress factor. Working without adequate rest can lead to health issues. 1, not sleeping your 8 hours. 2, the physical injuries. You feel tired, you don't have any energy. Those are stress factors that can increase over time because you're burning out and you're working overtime. Overtime creates health risk. Stress is a big factor in our lives, especially if we are working overtime or we're burned out by the daily schedules. Working without adequate rest can lead to health issues. Sleep, you don't sleep your hours. You are not eating healthy and you're gaining weight. Another example of overtime that creates physical injuries is when you're at work. You could fall down, you could trip, you could slip. Those are common physical injuries that in time it creates a risk for your health, mental health, and the work environment because you are burned out, you're tired, and you need rest. Some factors of overtime that creates physical injuries is a repetitive or physical demanding task that increase the risk of injuries. In time, physical injuries at work could have negative impacts. You could fall, you could slip or trip because you're not sleeping well or you're burnt out. As I explained, that overtime creates no time for relaxation and exercise because of the excessive hours that we work during the week. We prioritize the job for our life. Working overtime hours gives you less time to enjoy life. Take time to enjoy the simple things in life, being with family gatherings, or sleeping more, or getting another extra day off to enjoy what you love: running, exercising, doing yoga. It is a stress for everybody in a company that we need to solve these issues to be in a better, stable way. Overtime creates no time for relaxation or exercise. Working overtime hour gives you less time to enjoy life, to be part of your family, to do exercise, or do simple things in life that you enjoy the most. One of the solutions I find for overtime work stress is that you have to find balance as a coworker by balancing work and life, so you don't have to feel burnt out at the end of the day. And by that is, if you need extra days off, you ask your manager. If you need a vacation, you ask your manager and go on vacation, or take yoga, go running, or exercising. Do something that's happy for you. Some of the solutions that I think that will work for overtime work stress over time is to balance your life. Balance it from work, put some discipline, be strict and firm about your decisions when working overtime and getting burnt out. Life is health. It's prioritizing your own wealth and taking in consideration your body. Do what's best for you. Like I said, overtime should be the last resource, not the norm, not something that's going to take over you. Another solution for overtime physical injuries when you're at work that I find that it's going to be helpful is to be considerate and to tell your manager if you need to, but you have to be well rested. If you need to go on your early 30 minutes for lunch and go to your car and sleep, it's okay. You need to take a little bit of time for yourself. Having time to take a break, respect the 10 minutes that you have for every 2 hours of work. It's fine. Go and take it. Go outside, sit down and breathe. Eat properly. If you have to have a lunch and eat your full meal to get your energy for the day, it's okay. But these are the solutions that we need to have to prevent physical injuries in our bodies. Another solution that I find that for overtime that takes over physical injuries when you're at working and overtime or long hours is be well rested. Try to sleep your 20 minutes or half an hour that you're in break if you have that option. Sit down in your car, or having time to take a break. Respect the 2 hours of every 10 minutes or your lunch hour, and go out, sit on the ocean, breathe, relax, and enjoy what you see in this environment. Another option is eating properly. You have to eat. You have to sit down and finish that full meal to feel satisfied and to have that energy for the rest of the day. My last solution for finding time for relaxation and exercise when you work overtime and you're burned out from work is making time. It's very important and crucial for you and your well-being in general. If you need vacation time, that's fine. You just need to talk to the human resources or your store director. It's fine. If you need to have extra days off because you're burnt out and you get anxiety or depression, make that time. But you need to speak. And I feel these solutions will make you a better person, make a better employer, and these problems and this organization that is facing today will be a better team effort. The last solution, I find time for relax and exercise. You have to find that balance, making the time, making the priority, and speaking up. If you feel tired, overwhelmed, and burnt out because of the hours, the days that you work, you speak to your store director. You let them know that you're tired, you want extra days off, you want to go on vacation, you don't want to be there. They have to respect it. You have that choice. You have to make that time to do what makes you happy. In conclusion, company needs to foster a safe environment for employees so they don't quit or they don't feel burned out because of overtime. They need to hire personnel. They need to hire new employees. They need to have a support system so people don't quit and leave unhappy, to be supportive. And I feel this effort with this organization that is facing problems today will be beneficial in a positive way. Thank you very much, and my name is Elena Gonzalez, and I hope you have a good day. Bye. In conclusion, companies need to foster a safe environment for employees. With that being said, is that they need a different support system, a different visual for people and co-workers to come together to be supportive and hire more people so seniority employees don't work overtime and they don't feel overtime burnt out at the end of the day. This company needs to consider these solutions and sit down and consider what needs to be done for the best of the company's needs and employees. These are my references from the YouTube channels and from the World Health Organization and International Labor Organization.